What's up, everybody? It's your girl Glenda, and we are back with another video. But first, I have to give a shout out. Now listen, this is not a paid shout out. I don't do paid shout outs and all that good stuff. I'm just not big enough for all that stuff yet. However, I have to shout out somebody. I have to shout out my sis, Risa. If you guys don't know Teresa Richardson, y'all need to go check out her channel. She has two channels. Basically Blessed is one of them, and then Risa Richardson is the other one. Y'all, the talent that Risa possesses with her hands and these beads. Check this out, y'all. Check this out. I have a set of arm candy here, and it is a coral color, and it's got these very cute little glass looking beads here. They're very detail oriented. Here it is all the way around, even with the copper type beads. Y'all, the talent that she possesses with her hands is just absolutely beautiful and amazing. I have a set of earrings on that are matching my bracelet set. If you would like to get some jewelry from Risa that is custom made, okay, custom made, all you have to do is tell her what color you want, and she will produce something that is absolutely gorgeous for you. She'll do it live on Basically Blessed. She'll do it live sometimes, and you're able to see your colors just come to life. So again, if you would like to purchase some custom made jewelry, check out my girl. Shoot her an email, risarich6@gmail.com, RESARICH6@gmail.com. Here is a card. She would love to have you at the Sugar Shack. And yeah, so hit her up, you guys. I have a whole collection of her jewelry, and it's absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. Worth every penny. It's worth every penny. The other person I want to shout out real quick, because she has been asking. This is I swear she might be the subscriber of the year. She has been asking, and this is what this video is all about. Chatelle Stroud Wilson. I hope I got her name right. Did I get her name right, Curtis? She has been asking me to fix Chicken Cacciatorie. I got you, girl. It's going down right now in the kitchen. Chicken Cacciatorie. For my subscriber, it's you, girl. We'll be right back. What's up, everybody? So we are back. Now, what I didn't say earlier is, if you would like to be part of the G Squad, all you have to do is click that subscribe button so that you are notified every time we upload a video. Now, on today's menu is, I probably said it earlier, but I'm going to say it again, Chicken Cacciatorie. Chatelle, I got your video, girl. So for this video, we're going to need a series of ingredients. This is kind of like an Italian dish. So, the ingredients that I'm using, y'all know this is my kitchen, my way. So you will see a ton of videos, and they may not be like mine. This is my version of Chicken Cacciatorie. I always get tongue-tied. Chicken Cacciatorie. So we've got some garlic powder, some onion powder, minced garlic. We've got some black pepper, some thyme leaves, some all-purpose Goya adobo seasoning. It has white pepper in it, but it's very good for poultry. I also have some chicken flavor bouillon. I've got some pink Himalayan salt. We are going to be using some crushed tomatoes in this dish as well. I got a couple of cans of these. These are 15-ounce cans, and I'm just gonna kind of gauge it once I see what's needed. We also are going to be using some red wine. This is your Cabernet Sauvignon, and it is just some red wine. You can use whatever good quality, whatever red wine you see fit that you have, use it. Except for a sweet red wine. I'm not sure that a sweet red wine like a Moscato, I don't know if that's going to work. So a good red wine. Is this a sweet red wine? I don't even know if this is a sweet red wine. It has a little bit of sweet to it, so we might have to try it before we put some in there. Alright, we've got some mushrooms. Now these, I just chopped these down or sliced these up. These are baby Portabella mushrooms. The normal Chicken Cacciatorie dish calls for cremini mushrooms. My grocery store did not carry cremini, so I got the next best thing, Portabella, baby bellas. I've got some red bell peppers. This was a large bell pepper that I just sliced up, rough chop.
You had to pick them out of the bowl.
Because the bowl is red.
Yeah.
I know. And now I have some red, what we call red onions, but they're purple looking. I have a mixture of red and white sliced onions, and I have this is a small red onion and probably like a quarter of a white onion that's been sliced up. Again, this is your dish. If you want to use more onions, use more onions. If you want to use less, use less. Okay, those are the veggies. So, in this pot over here, I have some water because what's gonna go with this dish is fettuccine noodles. I'm gonna make a butter fettuccine pasta. Butter garlic fettuccine pasta. So, what I'm gonna do is season the heck out of this water because you want your noodles to be seasoned in this dish. The noodles are gonna almost stand alone in this dish, so you want it to have some flavor. I'm going in with about a tablespoon or so of pink Himalayan, or maybe a teaspoon, and I'm gonna add a little bit of the chicken bouillon. Y'all know I don't measure, but like I tell y'all, start with a couple of teaspoons. I've got some basil that I'm adding to this as well, to the water. And then that's all that I'm using in the water. Okay? Besides some olive oil. We're gonna definitely add some oil. Alright. Alright, we're gonna come back over here to this pan. I'm gonna add a little bit of drizzle, some olive oil into this pan. And then what I have over here is some boneless, skinless chicken thighs. Okay? If you want to use the chicken thighs with the bone in, or even chicken legs with the bone in, feel free. Alright. Hopefully that is enough. If it's not, we're going to add some. Alright, so over here I have some chicken that has been cleaned, and I took off most of the fat, you guys. It's a chicken thigh, okay? It is a boneless, skinless chicken thigh. It has a lot of flavor. Got a little fat. That was a little something from my big girls out there. We equal flavor, okay? Okay, I had to say that. Let me drink some more of this water off, alright? Wipe my hands. So, a little something different, y'all. I'm going to not use seasonal today.
Boy, if you don't get...
I'm going to just hit these with some pink Himalayan salt over the top. Okay, some adobo. Season to taste, you guys. Make sure you season to taste. Your taste, not mine. So lightly season that. I'm gonna add some black pepper in there. So instead of the quad, I'm using the tray. So you guys, how was y'all's Thanksgiving? Our Thanksgiving was loud and wonderful. Because the cowgirls lost. Okay, my bad. Alright, we're gonna add some. Sorry y'all cowgirl lovers out there. I probably don't have too many of them on my channel. But don't unsubscribe just because I'm not a cowgirl lover. We need y'all subscriptions.
I was about to say you lost about 50%.
Oh, Lord. We got some onion powder right here. Just lightly. Y'all know I like to season my food. It needs to have a little flavor. So make sure you season to taste. Cause don't nobody got time for no bland food. Nobody. Do you got time for it?
No.
For some bland food?
No.
Oh, okay. And we got some thyme leaves. That's a little bit of that thyme. Okay. So, let me make sure that I got all of them. And I'm just going to just kind of pat it in a little bit. And we're going to flip them over. Because guess what? You eat both sides. Why not season both sides? Who said you only eat one side? I didn't say that. Did you say that first?
No. I did.
You sure are a man of little words today. Alright, so we're going to turn on our stove. And what we're going to be doing with this, you guys, is just searing these, okay? We're just going to sear them to get a little bit of color on them. You're not going to fry them. You're just going to sear them. And then we're going to set them to the side while we do our sauce. Y'all, this is a very easy dish. It just takes some time to prep, you know, cut up your vegetables. If you don't like mushrooms, you don't have to use the mushrooms. My husband and my kid over here, my child, don't like mushrooms. You don't care for mushrooms? Maybe it's a texture thing. So I'm using them because that's what belongs in the dish, and then when we plate it for them, I'm just gonna probably remove the mushrooms.
I mean, it doesn't faze me to eat it,
But if you prefer,
yeah, I don't prefer it.
the dish definitely calls for mushrooms and peppers and onions and all that goodness. Basil on there. We're gonna put a little black pepper. We need a little black pepper. Some thyme leaves. Just a little bit. Now I wanted to break this ingredients list up so that you could see what was going in, but you could have used an Italian seasoning to sum up like basil and thyme, because it also has oregano. You can use oregano in this. You could do this dish any way you feel like you want to do it. Because it's, so I got me a wine glass here, like a little, I don't know what these are called. I guess they're just little wine glasses. Not without they without the stem. And I'm just gonna pour a little bit because I just want to taste it. But in my measuring cup here, I'm gonna do a cup of this wine. But I'm gonna taste this. Cheers. Okay, so this is not a really sweet wine. It's more of a dry red wine, which I don't really care for like dry wines like that. So I'll definitely be using this to cook with. I ain't gonna worry about that right now. All right, let's go on and put our chicken into the oil. Now I have this on a medium high heat. Yeah. Doesn't matter which side goes down, but that's what you need to hear when it go down. It's going down in the pan. It's going down in the kitchen. Now, I'm just going to do a few of these at a time because you don't want to steam them. You really want them to just get a sear. A nice sear on them. Alright, so we're back. Let's flip these babies over. See, you got a little bit of brown color on them. Not a lot, but you have some. And that's what you're looking for. That's literally like good enough. And I'm gonna do these in batches. So if you've noticed, just a little pro tip, not that I'm a pro, but a little tip. I use a different set of tongs to flip these over with, which is what I will be using, and then I use these other tongs over here that I'm using to place them in the skillet with. Food certification rule, you don't use the same tongs. You just don't. That's just nasty and unsanitary. Alright, so I've got 2 boxes of fettuccine noodles right there. And we're going to be adding them to the boiling water. And we're just going to get them to a nice al dente. Because after they are done and drained, they're going to go back to the pot with some butter and some fresh garlic and a little bit of olive oil and be tossed up and through. Y'all come on back. I'll be right back. Put them to the side and cook the rest of my batches here. When I finish these, I'm going to come back and I'm going to show you how to put together the best sauce you'll probably ever taste. Alright, here's our chicken that we're just putting to the side. Alright, now let's go in with our vegetables. Same oil, same bits and stuff that you have there. All of that is flavor. Y'all know I say it all the time. It's all flavor. So we're gonna go in with our bell pepper, our purple or red and white onion, and you're just gonna give that a toss. And what you want from this is to get, you know, you want it to cook down some. and get that wilty sort of effect on it. And that's probably going to take you about 10 minutes. Now, in the spirit of flavoring all of our layers, we are definitely going to flavor our vegetables. So to that, I'm going to add some pink Himalayan salt. If I can open it. And I'm going to add some black pepper. And I'm going to add some adobo to this. And we're just going to give that a mix. And I'm gonna mix this up. We're gonna drain our pasta. Curtis is draining the pasta for us. This is about where we want it here before we begin to add our mushrooms to this. We'll add our mushrooms, our baby bellas. We'll give that a stir. Make sure it gets well incorporated. And I'm going to cut this and let that pasta drain. Alright, so now we're going to go in with our wine. Here's our red wine. You just want to take that and just mix it, get all your bits up off the bottom of the pan from the chicken. Make sure that your vegetables, everybody gets liquored up. Make sure everybody get a little bit of that wine. That is smelling amazing. Turn my heat back up some. Just so y'all know, the alcohol does cook off, so thank you, Curtis. I was just about to say that. It does become more family friendly. You don't have to worry about that because the alcohol will cook off. Now, I just turned my stove back up to like a medium high so that this can kind of reduce down. I'm going to add in our I'm gonna let this come to like a little simmer, and then I'm gonna add in our crushed tomatoes. Alright, y'all see this right here? This looks absolutely delicious. But this is what you want before you add in your crushed tomatoes or your diced tomatoes. If you want a more crunchy, if you want a more textured chunkiness, you can add diced tomatoes to this, but I'm just doing crushed tomatoes. You can even do stewed tomatoes, and you pour them in and just kind of break up those whole tomatoes with your hands. I'm going to add in a couple of cans to that, and then we're just going to give it another mix. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna taste this, you I may end up adding a teensy bit of sugar if it's too acidic from the tomato sauce. So what we're going to end up doing here is I'm going to let this kind of reduce down just a tiny bit, enough for all of these ingredients to marry together, and then we're going to I'm going to give this a taste before adding the sugar, and we're going to return the chicken to the dish and let it cook covered for a little while. But in the meantime, let's get back to this. In our pot, which is on a low heat at this point, you're going to add some butter. Now we've got some Smart Balance butter that we're using. If you want to go with regular butter, you are welcome to go with regular butter. But I'm going to add in a few teaspoons of butter, because what you're doing is making a butter garlic sauce for your noodles that your noodles are going to be tossed with. You want enough to give you about, really probably like a stick of butter, or a half a stick of butter. I feel like you need one whole stick of butter. So you want enough butter that equals up to one stick of butter. And then I'm going to add just a little bit of this olive oil to it to help break up the noodles. And then we're going to add in a teaspoon or so of fresh garlic. And you're also going to season that with some garlic powder. Black pepper and some parsley flakes. You gotta have some parsley in there for color. Keep going. That's good. Alright, so let's mix that around. The butter is melted. And what you want to do is get a fragrance. That's what you're looking for, that fragrance. Into the pan. On there. Oh my goodness. That is delicious. Come on, just didn't want to go. Didn't want to let go. Okay, breaking up. Over here, and I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to put this back in. Y'all see how that's reduced down? I'm going to nestle this chicken right back into this sauce. I'm going to turn this down on a low heat. Take my spatula and just kind of bring some of those toppings. Because I did not, I'm gonna add, that's probably a teaspoon of sugar. I'm just gonna mix it in, move it around. It'll get in there. Okay? So, I'm going to keep doing this right here for just a second, just so I can get every piece of chicken thigh nestled down in here. Look at all that goodness, y'all, right there. Oh my God. Yes, I love mushrooms. Okay, so we are back for the end of our video. I wanted to just come in and show you what it should look like. Y'all see how tender that meat is? Look at that. I can cut through that with the spatula. Good night. Y'all listen, I don't really live in Jesus. Okay? You always gotta be someone. Just always let there be one. There's gotta be one. So let's take. So I'm just gonna put a little bit on the plate just for him to taste it. Give me a little bit of mushrooms because we like the mushrooms, right, Daniel?
That's right.
There's something wrong with y'all. And what we paired this with is some corn, but I'm just letting you know this is what it looks like. And we'll be right back for the taste test. Now, Daniel, we need a description. He just looking at the camera. Let me turn this off. How the noodles? We want the whole description of it all.
The noodles, they're just right, cooked to perfection. The sauce is good. The chicken is very tender, real tender.
Good.
And the mushrooms are awesome. The vegetables in here. You really can't taste the wine.
Okay, so the wine did cook out.
But it's real good. It's real good.
You like it? Is there anything you would have done differently? See, y'all, I ain't on camera right now, but see, Daniel cooks as well. Don't cut his head off. He cooks as well, so we getting critiqued. I'm getting a little critique. She can get on camera. She's been on camera before.
Anything different? No. Everything is good. Just as your recipe says.
Okay.
So, don't be add anything, take away anything.
Alright, you guys, so there you have it. Make sure if you want to be part of the G Squad, you just click that subscribe button and you'll be notified every time we upload a new video. Chantel Stroud Wilson, this for you, girl. We will holler at you later. Bye.
Bye.